Everything good? All right. Uh, I want to welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Corner Section podcast. Once again, we have my man DeErik Reed. Uh,
It's
what's
the fake
good?
clap audio. What's
What's
good? What's
good?
good? Chilling, bro. How you feeling, man?
I'm all right, man. This weekend it's been better than the week, low key. My week, I had a shitty week, very shitty week actually.
Work related?
Work was busy, but then outside of that, I mean, like, I think I don't think everybody else knows, but I was involved in an accident, in a one car accident. Um, I'm not gonna name no names or anything, but just know I'm missing my car already. Um, that's been a bummer on my week. I got a rental yesterday. It's cool. It's just whatever. The sound quality is horrendous, but
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
yeah, I'll live. I'll live. Um, what about you, man? What you been up to besides work?
Outside of that, not much this week. Actually, a lot. I talked to you about it kind of off, off the pod, but yeah, a lot kind of happened this week, and it's been weird, positive, negative, everything in between. But we made it through, and we get another week to start.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna try again next week because my birthday is in like 7 days.
Oh shit, that's right. What you what you what you finna do for your birthday, dog? Wait, what day of the week
Nothing,
is your
bro.
birthday on? Sunday?
Literally on Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure. Lord's Day.
Yeah, I had plans to have a cookout, like a little small cookout, but those got canceled this week because of unforeseen circumstances.
Okay.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I might just go to a restaurant I haven't gone to yet. Try something new. It's probably gonna be something going on reggae related. It's around that time of year, so like last week was Carnival. This week was like Reggae Fest, and they're gonna keep doing different fests. It's that
Okay.
time of year, so might do something like that. Probably not, but you never know. Might pull out the white tee.
For sure. Look. I checked the weather. I was on the phone with Trey earlier. 92 in Dallas. It's in the
Jesus.
80s this week in LA. It's
I don't
June.
even
Sun's
need to
out,
check that.
guns out, sun's out, buns out, summer. It's the
This
hoochie
man
daddy
said
shorts.
buns out, bruh.
Hoochie daddy shorts weather.
Jesus.
It is summer,
that's
y'all. It is summer. It's 80, 90, 100 degrees outside.
Oh, it is about
White-
to be 90-degree weather.
White tee and gold chain weather. Get your shorts out. Get the no show socks out. It's that weather. It's that weather. It's that time of year again. Now, some of us have jobs. A lot of us have jobs actually. So I will be in a button down and some khakis
Yeah,
during the week.
I was about to say it's looking like polo and khakis. It's looking
Right.
like Jake from State Farm.
But for all my unemployed folk who have nothing but time, sun's out, guns out.
Or for
Or for everybody that's still in school, got the summer vacation.
Yeah.
Nigga, what the fuck is a summer vacation at this point?
yeah, like you know what, bro? For my folks out there on business trips in very great locations. For my people that's out there, I won't say scamming, but it's a lot of folks out here that have made a life, just making money off
Who got
other
illegal
people.
streams of income?
Even legal streams, bruh. Like, real deal. It's a lot of folks on Instagram with, like, serious shops selling nothing.
Yeah, for all my entrepreneurs.
Yeah, for all the entrepreneurs. Some people real, some people not. But, like, this is y'all time. Do not wear leather pants this year. I'm not hearing about chafing, and I'm not hearing about none of that.
Nope.
It's not time for that. It's 90-degree weather. I know it's been a few years since a lot of folks have been out. You got them outfits that you've been saving. Everybody's weight kind of fluctuated during COVID, whether it went up or down. And now you back to maybe your normal body and you feeling like it's time. It's never been time for leather pants in the summertime. Never been time for that.
Y'all are not Kanye. Y'all are not Kanye. Only he's gonna do that. Please don't do that. Y'all will have a heat stroke.
I'm telling you, it is not that time. Stay hydrated.
Please
Stay hydrated.
drink water.
Yeah,
If you haven't
90-degree
already.
weather, please. Please. It's already a lot going on in the world.
I saw some tweet earlier this week, or it might have been last week, but they were like, I think this lady was a nurse or something, and she was like, yeah, this patient I saw said they haven't drank water in 5 years.
You told me about that.
Fam, 5 years.
Yeah.
Houseway.
People used to say it's water and the ingredients. That's all they need. So,
but nah, just be careful out there. It's gonna be it's heating up this summer, especially like outside in the streets. You hear people getting locked up and whatnot. Just be safe, everybody. Shit, man. What you been on this weekend?
I went out. I thought I was gonna go to Lil 5. Then I said I just went last week. We just did a podcast last week, right?
Oh no, like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. It dropped last week, so like it's close enough. I done thought about Lil 5 enough. So I just started driving. I was like, let's go to Piedmont. They had something I missed last week. Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks. Last week I missed something at Piedmont Jazz Fest. So I went again just to see what was going on. Absolutely nothing. But you know, I had a cool time just getting out in the sun. Had some weird conversations with a lot of people I did not expect to talk to. Not even in the city. Like my phone was ringing the whole time, and my phone does not ring. So those were weird. And then today, bro, I just woke up and was like, oh yeah, I got to do a pod later. But I tried to go to eat at this restaurant that will not be named for breakfast, and well, my grandmother went out to go get breakfast. That's a whole nother story. I'm gonna save that. But I went to a place that I probably shouldn't have went. Waited an hour for some simple breakfast food. Breakfast food, pancakes, eggs, sausage, the gamut. Got it back home, ate it, fell asleep, woke up and was like, oh yeah, I still have a podcast to get on today. But you know, pretty good weekend so far. But I did have a random question for you, bro. Not even random, but we kind of talked about this, bro. You never talked about why you started this whole joint, bro. You've never been on the pod talking about why you're doing the pod and what it's about.
Damn. All right. So, I mean, if you like, because I know there's some people that listen to this podcast that have known me for years, right?
Right.
So I've been wanting to start a podcast since like 2017, 2018. Really before they dropped off microphones in the hood, like they did crack, and gave everybody a podcast.
Everybody has Shores.
Right. Now you go over to anybody's house. You can go over like anybody house. They got a Shure microphone and a laptop and a
pop filter
and a pop filter and an interface. Damn near, if you do music, you do a podcast. So I've been wanting to start a podcast for a while. Really just talking about like the culture, talking about music, talking about just things I love. I never wanted this to just be a music pod. I never wanted this to just I wanted this to be kind of versatile in what we talk about. Now I mean, like, yeah, I come from a music background, so of course I'm probably going to talk about music in every pod, but I also want to talk about other things and have different guests on. Never really planned on doing this by myself. Always wanted guests or a co-host or whatnot. And through trial and error and through a lot of starts and like a bunch of pilot episodes, I'm here. I'm finally doing it. I'm finally putting out content. So I mean, like, yeah, and I mean, like, I just wanted to start it because I just thought, like, I could give a unique perspective. Like a lot of podcasters, I don't want to call them old, but they're older, so stuff is coming. It's like you don't hear that. You don't find very many podcasts, or you might. I don't listen to any of people like my age, and I thought just like being from LA, going to HBCU, having friends who do different things. I got friends that are engineers, friends who work for like Fortune 500 companies, friends who are in my lane, try to do music and whatnot. Right. I could just give like a very diverse range of things I could talk about, and yeah, just like show like what's going up with us. So
Yeah, you have to do that every so often, bro. And I think knowing you as long as I've known you, I think you've always had opinions about what's going on in the world, whether those be positive, negative, or in between. But giving yourself a space to be able to do that, that's one of the most necessary things to do. You know, whether people do that in private, whether they do it in public, whatever it ends up being, like that is important. And I think you creating this space for yourself, in turn, letting other people get on, you know, as this grows and letting people kind of speak their own mind, you know, it's going to make a difference. Opinions are double-sided sometimes, and like sometimes we
Right.
have too many opinions, but at the same time it's also healthy to be able to speak your mind at the end of the day. And I'm growing to kind of accept that people are going to have different opinions. Whether I choose to listen to everybody's is up to me,
Right.
and what I choose to give energy to is up to me as well. So, you know, the right people that need to hear this podcast are going to hear it. The people that don't need to hear it won't. So congrats to you, bro. I know it's going to go up from here. I just wanted to
Appreciate
make
it,
sure
man.
that people knew exactly what you were doing and what it means for you.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm doing this for myself and for the culture, just giving people that I know and like the people like I know some people have groups of friends who like I always go back to this Steve Harvey quote, and he was saying how like if you're the smartest person in your group, then you need to go find a new group. I'm not the smartest motherfucker in my group by far. I'll admit that I am not the smartest person in my group. So like and like my friends, they're just and the people I'm gonna have on this podcast is just like y'all are brilliant people. I fuck with y'all. Y'all have informed opinions, not informed opinions. So we not gonna be ignorant. We're not gonna come from a place of ignorance. I mean, when we talk about stuff and whatnot. And honestly, like there's just some conversations I'm gonna let other people have.
Yeah,
So because I don't have the right to speak on everything.
for real.
So there's that. There's that.
Yeah, discretion is key.
Right.
Discretion is key. And also knowing that you don't know the facts about everything. I think that's going to be something that really separates you from other people. You know, some people like to talk like everything they say is fact and like this is what's going on in the world. This is how this is positive, this is negative, period, point blank. And people take that at face value. So, you know, having other people on, being able to bounce ideas back and forth, that's going to make a bigger difference.
No, for real.
Big
for
difference.
real. For real. Sheesh. I think
You
that's
tired,
it.
my boy.
Huh?
You must be tired.
Man, I didn't go to bed till like 3:30 this morning. I don't know what the hell. I was up. I was talking to my girl, and then and shit. I had to write a couple of stories for the source. Oh yeah, everybody, I'm back with the source. I know. I think in the last episode, I said I was formerly with them, but
Yeah.
I am officially back with the source. It's still fuck my fake pages. Yeah, yeah. So I'm back with them. New commitment. I'm happy. We gon'
Yeah.
we gonna get the stories out and everything. So I'm back with the tour. So yeah, I was up late and I woke up. I woke up like 2 or 3 times. I have a studio session later today, and I had to set some stuff up for that, and then just went back to sleep. But I was like you too. I was like, damn, I got to do a pod today. But I mean, like, I'm not dreading having to do a pod.
It's
Not
just
at all.
a thing that's like on your schedule that's not normally there.
Right, right.
So you got to move things around. You got to bend things, and schedules change.
Right, right. So I mean, no, I'm not dreading doing this pod at all. Like I love doing the pod. I love talking to DeErik. I was
Don't
just like,
sound
yeah,
lame.
yeah, huh?
I said, don't sound lame.
I was like, I love doing the pod. I love doing this, but it's just
Hey,
I
bro,
just
I
had
love
it's just
talking
I
to
had
you
to
too,
do it.
bro.
Appreciate it, man. Nah, it was just something I had to do today.
Yeah.
Got to be consistent with the content.
Yeah.
Can't be inconsistent. Gotta grow the fan base. I'm trying to get the ads. I'm trying to be an
Yeah,
influencer
the
on
shorts. You got to have the reels, all that.
Right. Shit, there's a lot like, and for everybody trying to start a podcast, it is not easy. You definitely need all hands on deck. You need producers. You need people editing it. So, yeah, just it's not easy. It's not easy. Shit. I fuck. I wish I had gone to that Pusha T concert last night.
I told you, bro.
I know you
I
told.
told you. I said he's talking about some. I'm debating whether I should go to this Pusha T concert. I said, go see who? Pusha?
Right.
You gonna say no to Pusha?
Dog, I went on Instagram when I got home last night. He brought Pharrell out.
I already know it. You in LA, bro?
Should have gone. Should have gone to see Pusha. Oh,
somebody
man.
on Instagram was talking about they needed somebody to go with in New York, and I'm like,
Fam, if you don't
New
go by
York.
yourself.
I can't even fade. I can't even fade the New. But that would be dope. I'm already knowing it would be just as hard. I'm sure he'll pull out like Rocky.
He might.
If Rocky's not in California.
Rocky is wherever Rihanna is. Rocky is. He could probably bring out Ferg.
Ferg has not dropped something new. Like, when is a Ferg album dropping?
Yo, I think he dropped in 20. Here's the uninformed shit going now.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time Ferg dropped. All I know is that he was going crazy between like 2017 and 2019. He was dropping.
Yeah, that was his
like
time.
30-song projects. Really after ASAP started putting out music consistently. That's when Ferg like took up the mantle in ASAP Mob.
You want to know what's so crazy?
What's up?
He dropped in 2020.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Floor Seats 2.
Huh? What was the album?
Floor Seats 2.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that. I
did not. But you got to think, bro, during the pandemic, there was so much stuff that got overlooked.
Right.
And that's just a sign of the times.
Right.
So we're going to go back to the album. Pitchfork rated it a 6.7. Written by Dylan Green.
Whatever.
Also not Dylan Kemp.
Right. Yo, other people named Dylan be giving the name Dylan a bad meaning, a bad look. But now whatever Pitchfork rates it, just add a point onto that. So I assume it might have been a pretty decent album then, because I don't really trust Pitchfork's rating system. Then they give Mr. Morale like a 7.8 or something. It was
I
in
gave
the
it a
7s.
7.5, so I'm no better than Pitchfork. So maybe 8.
Nah, I think they rated Whack Harlow's album 2.5. 2.9. Nigga, it was under 3. It was fucking trash.
That's crazy. I would think that they would have rated it higher. I feel like Jack Harlow has a lot of people's kind of like, he's with the people right now. He's the people's champ. And that's so crazy to me that he is the people's champ.
He's the new white boy in rap.
Yeah, let's see. But to give a good segue, out of Complex's 50 top albums of the year so far, number 50 is none other than Come
Jack.
Home, The Kids Miss You
God damn.
by Jack Harlow.
Oh man, shit.
So maybe, maybe he's fallen off.
Well, let me see where they ranked his last album. 1 second.
I'm sure it's not going to be super duper high. I'm sure it's probably like the middle of where it is. Mm-hmm. And now you just kind of see like either it was supposed to go up or down from this point. If it got top 10, I don't even know.
Knowing Complex, they might have given it top 10. Complex, I have a love and hate relationship with Complex, really, because I think they play the political game when it comes to albums.
For sure.
Like, they don't actually, like, all right, for their top 50 albums of 2021, they put Culture 3 at number 50. Let me see where they put Jack Harlow.
Did that album drop last year?
Yeah, that album dropped like January last year, like top top last year, first quarter last year. 1 second. They put. Where's Jack Harlow? Do they even put Jack Harlow on this? When did he drop his first album? Might
That's
have
what
been
I'm saying.
2020.
I don't think it was 2021.
It might have been 20. 1 second.
I'm looking it up right now too.
This is why I need a
2020,
dude. Oh, it was 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking up Complex's best albums.
So, yeah, I think they play the political game a lot when they do albums. Like they're doing whatever. Like they're gonna. Oh, of course you need to listen to the music in order to make a best albums of list. But also, just because an album was very popular doesn't mean it was necessarily good. Like
they gave a Grammy winner 44. King's Disease was 44 on their list in 2020. Just
King's Disease was 44.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how you. Oh, all right. I didn't even finish King's Disease. I'm not even gonna lie. But King's Disease at 44. We didn't even get that many projects in 2020. Like, how do they put King's Disease at 44?
It's actually a lot of albums. 2020 was actually a lot of albums. Like Ariana Grande dropped.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Juice WRLD dropped. I think that was posthumously. That's a weird word.
Freddie Gibbs dropped. Megan 2020.
Dropped Good News. 42 Doug dropped.
I didn't get past the first song on Good News. I'm not even gonna lie. After she flipped that Biggie sample, "Who Shot You," I was like,
has dropped.
I was like, you don't have. Why? Never mind. I'm not even gonna start that because they're gonna cancel me if I say what I was gonna say. Price of Tea in China came.
Yeah.
That came out 2020. Wow, that was a good album.
Kalani's album dropped. 2 Chainz dropped. So Help Me God. Flo Milli dropped.
Pop Smoke dropped. Jay Electronica dropped 2020.
Yeah,
all right, so I take it back. First half of 2020. We got some because 2020 was supposed to be what like last quarter 21 and 22 were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to get all the big acts dropping in 2020. Like 2020 was like supposed to be another 2016. Yeah.
It was supposed to be a big year.
Pray for Paris came out 2022. I mean 2022 TOO. Yeah, this was
freaking Savage Mode 2 drop.
That's right. So I stand corrected. That was my ignorance.
Alfredo dropped.
Yeah. So now we definitely did get some good music. I don't think we got like a lot of club, and we definitely didn't get like the really really big names, but we got some good projects in 2020.
Jack Harlow did not make the list to answer that original question.
But somehow he made the list with this trash, even though I heard his first album was better than his second. So yeah, you have Jack Harlow at number 50, which I'm not mad about because I didn't like the project to begin with. But I mean, like every artist is gonna have their one not so good album, I guess, or the one that just isn't critically acclaimed. It just happened. This just happened to be his sophomore slump. It might have been the label because the beats sound like very polished. Even though I don't even like the production on the album, the beats sound very polished and expensive. And you have like Timbaland production, Pharrell. So I mean, like this was not a cheap album to make. You got Currency and Alchemist Continuance at 47. That should honestly be higher, a lot higher. What are you about to say?
No, I'm just listening.
Shit. What else? You got I Know Nico at 43.
I don't see how. I'm not even gonna say that out loud.
I wasn't. That album was alright. I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. Ella May at 40. I didn't listen to Ella May. I didn't even know she dropped.
I forgot she dropped. And May 6th at that. Like
yeah,
recently.
Right. I thought she had dropped a song. I didn't know it was a whole album. But
Yeah,
also it's like the rollout for some of these albums, like especially if you're signed to a label, you can kind of tell if the label is promoting them or not.
for sure.
So sometimes you might just think they dropping a song when they dropping a whole album just because the rollout is only like her and maybe a few people from her team actually just promoting it,
Yeah.
and not like a whole album rollout.
And sometimes the artists get tired of doing the whole rollout thing.
Right.
Like they don't care if the album succeeds or fails.
Right. Um, Lucky Day at 36. I think that should be higher. Didn't
Yeah,
listen to didn't listen to Black Star only because you had to sign up for some like podcast app or some
for real.
shit. Yeah, to listen to Black Star, you couldn't just go on Apple Music.
That's crazy.
Like the way, yeah. That I'll save my critique on that for another day. Lotto at 30, I didn't listen to Lotto. 42 Doug and ESTG, last one's Left 29. There's some cool songs on that album. Future at number 28, I thought that would be higher because it's complex, but I guess not. Lil Durk at 26, didn't listen to that. That's just not my type. That's just not
Right.
my cup of tea. Don't get me wrong, I like trap music, but sometimes I don't want the same beat at the same BPM by the same producer for 13 tracks.
Yeah, sometimes it gets very formulaic
Right.
lately.
And honestly, especially with trap, like I said, don't get me wrong, I like trap music, but some of this shit is very formulaic and talented, just like the same thing that came out.
Did you
Um,
listen, did you listen to Harry Styles' album?
no, I don't listen to Harry Styles.
Yeah, like 23. 23. And I keep hearing people talk about this album consistently. Like once a day, I hear somebody talking about a different song, and they're like, Harry got it. Harry got it. I'm like, I might listen to this joint. It might be decent.
uh, yeah, I'm not a Harry. I don't know.
And that was ranked 23. So it made the top half so far of the year.
All right, so we're back from some technical difficulties. Like I said in my last episode, I'm always gonna have some technical difficulties while recording this podcast. Um, I need to get a new computer, just one dedicated to podcasts and music. But back to what we were saying. So we were on Harry Styles being number 23. Didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
DeErik, did you say you listened to it?
No, but I might give it a listen.
Okay.
I be having I have weird days where I like to listen to some music that would not be on my playlist, or I don't even make playlists, but it's stuff that I usually don't listen to. It's always good for new inspiration.
Okay. So for
So we'll
23,
listen to Harry's House,
I don't know, maybe if DeErik gives
FKA
it
Twigs.
a good enough review, maybe I'll listen to it, even though that's just not my cup of tea. Um,
Yeah, I probably won't suggest this album to people,
all right.
even if it's good. I like having albums I just listen to myself. You know, you got them albums that you just put on the aux when you're driving.
Right.
It's like nobody else needs to know I hear this album. Listen to this.
It's like this is that you scaring the hoes music. Like they not yeah.
For sure. For sure,
Uh
bro.
you scaring the girl. uh what else? 1918. Didn't listen to any of these albums. Who are these
Yeah.
artists anyway? And that's no disrespect to some of these artists. I just don't know who the fuck some of y'all are.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists out now.
Larry June at
Jay
number
Worthy and Larry
16.
June.
I didn't even know Larry June
Yeah.
dropped. I'm gonna have to listen to that. I fuck with Larry June. Benny the Butcher at number
Benny at
15.
15.
That's decent. That's decent. Action Bronson.
You actually do need to listen to that Crocodile Turbo.
Yeah, Action
That's
Bronson.
a good album.
All right, I've been hearing
Yeah.
really good things about it, but like it's like the same way how like sometimes you listen to stuff that you wouldn't necessarily listen to around people.
Oh,
Sometimes I just
This
don't
is
listen to
not-
music.
this is not going on the radio. This is not going on the radio. It's weird. There are
What,
just
Action
moments in the
Bronson?
album. Yeah, there are just moments in the album, and I won't give any context. Turbo. I'm not giving any context.
Mm-hmm.
That's the album in a nutshell, bro. It's really good. really weird. I remember playing one of the beats that Alchemist made on there, just the instrumental. And somebody was like they couldn't even move. Like there was no bop, there was no drums. It was like the Never Ending Story on Jay Electronica's album, but even weirder. Even weirder. It's good though. You need to listen to that one.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Blast at number 11. I didn't finish his album, but I mean, I like Blast. He's from LA, and I like his sound. He has a good sound. Number 9
was really good.
You said what?
And that was 10. Billy Woods, Ethiops was really good.
I'm gonna check that out too. Conway the Machine at number 9. God Don't Make Mistakes. I'd put that top 5.
I liked it. I don't know if it's in my top 5.
But also, I haven't listened to too much music this year.
It's hard to.
I mean, there's so much music that drops, and it's just like when you're busy and have work and have other things to do, you can't always listen to music.
Right.
Denzel Curry at number 8. I'm gonna have to listen to that. I know they're about to take my hip hop.
That album.
Yeah. Earl Sweatshirt number 6. That was a good album. I know you were speaking highly of that one.
Yeah. I cannot recommend this album enough. Really good. I think he's been on this weird rant. Earl's been on this weird rant on Twitter where he's just tweeting, "I love when you count me out" with the hard eyes. And I think it's the funniest joint ever, bro.
Did he do that? Did he start doing that after Kendrick?
Yes. he just be tweeting it like at random times, like, "I love being counted out." Like, and it's like, yeah, this is Earl in a nutshell, bro. He really doesn't care anymore. And this album was a great introduction to a year of people caring so much and just having somebody saying like, "I'm tired of caring."
Right.
It set the tone for me for the year.
I'm gonna give it a few more listens. But I did like it on first listen. Gunna at number 5. I'm gonna save my critique in a minute.
It's so funny, bruh.
What
song is that they got together on Beautiful Thugger Girls? I was just listening to it yesterday, bruh.
What song did Gunna and Young Thug get
Tomorrow Till Infinity. Lyrics. Thug. We got that Rico. Got hit with that Rico. I kid you not. I kid you not.
Wait, he said that in the song?
Infinity. Yes, him and Gunna are on the same track. And he's
Jesus Christ. They about to use that. They about to use that shit against him.
Bruh, I saw that. I heard that today. I said,
they about to use that shit against him. If they haven't already. I didn't watch, and I know there's a topic for the pod a little later. Just a Young Thug getting denied bail, and since the last time we did the podcast, Gunna was denied bail too.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
I forgot. I need to listen back to the pod. But now, let's finish the list real quick. Number 4, The Weeknd, Dawn FM. Number 3, Vince Staples, Ramona Park, Broke My Heart. Good album, very good album. Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. And number 1, Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers.
Yep, but he is not your savior. So, Complex is very interesting with these lists nowadays.
They are.
6 different authors though, so like, of course you're gonna get a mixed bag of different genres, of different people's tastes. I don't know how they vote on these things, but you know, it's kind of like looking to the Grammys to validate your favorite artist nowadays.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen.
Like I said, I think they play the political game, and they play like, oh, it was like some of the music was like the most popular, even though it wasn't necessarily the best. Like honestly, putting Gunna at number 5, I would not have done that.
Yeah.
In a million years, I would not have done that. I know when the album first came out, everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest fucking album of all time." No, it wasn't. But also, I think me and DeErik, we listen to music with different ears, like
for sure,
because we have a music background. We just listen to music from like the production to the mixing to the actual writing and everything. So that's why like I be getting into arguments with my friends who don't do music about like some of the best music that came out, and we can't agree on shit because I just listen to music differently.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and listening to music isn't always about agreeing, but
Right.
sometimes you know that people just kind of like the catchiest thing or the easiest thing to remember instead
Right.
of looking any deeper than that. And it's like sometimes that's cool, and sometimes you got to enjoy just fun music. Like everybody has to have that. That it doesn't matter what it's about, or it's not the technically most mixed well song. It hasn't been engineered to the T, but it's just a great song. But when that's all you do, it's hard to like have a conversation about where the music scene is going or
Right,
what's
right.
new and what's interesting. That you can't have those kind of conversations
Right.
at all.
And that doesn't mean we don't like turn up and have fun music.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I just can't include it in the same conversation as other music that like is trying to like push the culture and the conversation forward. Um yeah, I just can't do that. But when people try to do that, that's what be pissing me off.
For sure.
Unless they want to like, unless that music that they're talking about is trying to like push the party scene and the
Yeah.
like the turn up scene culture forward. But I mean, like we said in the last episode, like at the end of the day, this is all art. Like no matter
Yeah.
how well it might be written, no matter how well it might be mixed or anything, like it's still art. It's still up for interpretation. Some people are gonna understand the art off rip. Some people aren't. Some artists make their music easily digestible because that's the type of art they create. And some artists don't. And that's all. That's all good. That's all okay. Um, but nah. Back to this list.
Yeah. We basically made it to the end. We did make it
Right.
to the end.
We did. I don't. I thought I was gonna come on here and hate on this list more, but I'm
Yeah, it
not.
ended up being like 30
Yeah.
of the albums I haven't heard.
Like most of these albums I haven't fucking heard, so I can't even really tell you the list. I just didn't like how DS4 was at number 5, and how and how Currency's album was at number like 47.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Top of the
that's
They
weird.
basically just acknowledged that it dropped.
Right. I feel like the first half of the list, like the first 25, were just like, yeah, these albums dropped, but like the last 25, they actually really tried to put effort into making.
Yeah, there was one that literally said, yeah, it was Jack Harlow's album. They were like, some people say this album is a disappointment. Like that's like the description.
Like
I wouldn't put an album like that there. Like if you're gonna do all this independent artists, small artists, put them on the spotlight, because you did that for like 20 of the artists. Just go ahead and do it for spot 50. We don't have to have Jack Harlow on the article for it to be important or for it to be journalism.
right, if you're saying this album was a disappointment, or that a lot of people call this album a disappointment, why are you putting it on the list?
Right.
Like that doesn't make any sense. It almost seems like they just had to fill a quota for the 50 and just had to put that shit there. But yeah, yeah. So this list, and it's complex. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's
I-
complex.
Like it's complex. I'm not throwing any shade on complex just because I write for the source. I'm not.
It's just one of those things, kind of like, I don't go to Complex for any better news than I would look at MTV News for.
Right.
Like, that's all in the same vein nowadays.
Right.
But
like,
to switch to another publicator or another publication, got Billboard. They talking about this. Let me quote this title word for word. Young Thug denied bond in Atlanta RICO case over fears of witness intimidation. Thug was backed by Machine Gun Kelly and music exec Kevin Liles, but prosecutors warned that other gang members feared the rapper would kill them and their family.
I didn't even read. God
By
damn.
Bill Donahue and Jewel Wicker.
So, and all right, so I pulled this article, and I know they're gonna be like, "Why are you giving us white media?" I'm like, it's just written well. Like when I'm reading stuff, I like to just read well written stuff. And so that's why I go to like a Billboard or like a Hip Hop DX, because Hip Hop DX does a good job of writing stuff. And of course, it's source because I write for him and I'm a good writer. Um, so yeah, if you guys haven't heard, Young Thug was denied bond over fears of witness intimidation, and they thought and they thought he would be a flight risk. So the statement reads on Billboard: an Atlanta judge on Thursday, June 2nd, refused to release Young Thug from jail while he awaits trial in a sweeping RICO case because of fears of witness intimidation, despite impassioned testimony from music executive Kevin Liles and promises to keep the rapper under strict house arrest. Um, Thug was denied bond a week after doing the same with Gunna. Like in Gunna's case, the judge was seemingly swayed by warnings that Young Thug might intimidate witnesses if released.
Wild as well.
Yeah, all this
Super
is.
wild.
I don't. I could see. I could see why they might have denied Gunna bond. Or shit, when them denying Gunna bond, they said he was apparently a commander, like in the YSL organization. Um,
Yeah, the
I
prosecutors are going crazy.
yeah, I think they're, for one, I think they're targeting Thug and Gunna, one because they're rappers and because they're influential, I guess, if that's the right word, um, and because they have like a public image. I think that's a reason. I think I and like I said in the last pod, I think they want Gunna to sing, because I think his charges are less than Thugs, but they want somebody to come out and spill the beans about um spill the beans about everything, and just confirm everything all the evidence that they found and whatnot.
Yeah, I think the more I keep just sitting here and getting minimal information from it and seeing like small testimonies from like small people, they keep getting these small recordings of the court proceedings. I don't know how or what's allowed and what's not, but people are not saying anything about Thug and Gunna that's in a negative light at all. I think what we're seeing now is a direct effect of also what we're seeing with this whole, we talked about it in the last pod. Can lyrics be used as evidence? Obviously, there's real people that are kind of like giving their witness statements, and that's a whole different conversation of who's saying what and who's blaming who for what. But a lot of these lyrics are kind of wild. Like when you take them out of context and you just look at the lyrics as just pure words, and you're like,
Yeah,
wow, this is actually a lot of stuff that might not be true, but if you put it in the wrong person's hands, it becomes damning evidence, quote
right.
unquote. You know what I mean?
Like, did you see the video of that of one of the prosecutors? He was reciting a lyric from, I forgot what song it was, but they said they had like 200 round choppers, and that was his evidence. And
Yeah,
like, I'm like,
that's
how
how
the
people.
how the fuck is just saying you have 200 round choppers evidence of a larger RICO case and conspiracy? That
Not for
just
real.
that just doesn't, and like that's kind of like what Jay-Z was trying to do in New York when he
Yeah, that actually, I think it passed.
um it hasn't formally passed yet. It has to pass, I think, like the New York Senate or somebody. I forgot. Don't quote me on that. Um, but no, that law hasn't formally passed in New York. But basically, it would basically make prosecutors do their job. And like, if you're gonna use these lyrics against the artist, you have to have the evidence to back it up. So like, if in Young Thug and Gunna's case, if the prosecutor said in the song that they
Yeah,
said they have 200 round choppers, then you need to find the evidence and be like, okay, there was these 200 round choppers that were used in this murder for this person,
yeah,
right? So I think that's what Jay Z. I think that's what the case with the law Jay Z was trying to get passed. Um, but yeah, it's just like, I don't think they're doing, but also this is a RICO case, and they've been building this case for years. So, and
Yeah.
that's just a clip. Like you just can't take just one clip out of a
Out of
whole.
this is gonna be months long of a
Right,
trial.
right. Because even Thug's bail bond hearing was like shit, like 9 hours. It was hours long. Like
Yeah.
this, and to take just a 30-second clip out of a 9 hour long bond hearing is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'm looking at these lyrics. It's actually wild. From Tomorrow Till Infinity.
Yeah, is that the song you said he was talking about? Me and Gunna got Rico or something.
Like activist gang till I die. Charge me with
God,
Rico. Gangbangers. Charge me with Rico. Whoa. Hold
Jesus.
up. Money is the reason I arrived. Bitch, I keep a knife like Michael Myers. I was about to stab him like 30 times, like porcupines. And I got rainbow diamonds on like Mike and Ike's. That out of context sounds very wild.
Nigga, that in context sounds wild. That
It's
shit
like-
in context sounds ridiculous.
It was like, okay, this might be
Yo, I hope if they haven't already found that song already, yo, take that shit off of Apple Music and Genius real quick.
Dog, I saw that, bro. I was listening. Cause he's singing like, I done it on Rico.
Right.
And you're like, what did he just say?
When you say that shit without a beat,
It's actually
So-
intense. Stabbed him 30 times. Money was the reason I arrived. Like, I keep on. I'm not even gonna.
Jesus
get too deep.
Christ. Oh man.
I just gotta hope that like the transcripts of this court case are actually public record because I actually want to read what they do.
Right. That's wild. That's wild. And but I mean like it's gonna be a long process. Maybe they'll take a plea for less years.
I just don't see
Maybe
that happen.
maybe they beat the case. Which if they beat the case, they're gonna go down as legends in history. Like we
Yeah.
gonna have that in the textbook. Like yo, Young Thug and Gunna beat a RICO case.
Yeah, and like that's really hard, bruh. But like, I definitely think that Thug and Gunna are kind of the faces of Atlanta. You know, to the masses and
Yeah.
kind of to the city. And now that this is going on, you got a lot more that's going on. So rest in peace to Trouble, who was killed
Yeah.
yesterday. Real talk.
Right.
Killed last night. I don't know too many details about it, but I do know he was shot and killed at about 4 a.m. And his sister was the person who officially said that it had happened.
Damn.
And then we've also got this Hip Hop DX article, right, that you gave about
Yeah.
Metro Boomin's mother, who was fatally shot by her husband, who then killed himself. So, you know, condolences for both of those families involved.
Right.
It's a lot going on in the city, honestly. You know, outside of just talking about Rico, like, people are really losing lives out here on a serious note.
Right.
And it's not always fun and games. It's actually very sad sometimes when people lose their lives, you know, on a senseless note. So I don't know if people are taking what's going on with YSL as an excuse to just, you know, do whatever. Or if, you know, some people think that, like, when you do something like that, there's a power vacuum, whether people think that's real or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a lot going on in the world. So keep y'all head up, honestly.
For real. For real.
Keep y'all head up. And it's not worth killing somebody over. Like, most of this stuff in life, whether it be money, whether it be principle, whatever, like, there's no second chance after you kill somebody.
Right.
Like, that person does not get a chance to wake up tomorrow or make a different decision or give you the money that they owed you. All that's out the window. So it's not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Like I was gonna second what DeErik said. Thoughts and condolences to the families of Trouble and Leslie Wayne, who that was that was Metro Boomin's mom's name. Thoughts and condolences to both of their families. I can't even imagine like losing your mom like that shit is crazy. Let me read the
Yeah.
let me read the article real quick. So it says Metro Boomin is mourning the loss of his mother, Leslie Wayne. According to Team Z, she was shot and killed by her husband, who then turned the gun on himself on Friday, June 3rd. So we're hearing about this 2 days after the fact. Wayne's body was discovered by law enforcement in an area outside of Atlanta. An autopsy will be conducted for an official cause of death. Further details surrounding the shooting are limited, but social media has become overloaded with the condolences for a longtime producer and his family. In 2016, the Fader, in a 2016 profile for the Fader, Metro Boomin recalled his mother driving him 17 hours from their home in St. Louis to Atlanta to meet OJ, the Juice Man, who in turn helped him grow as a producer. And she would continue to make those 17-hour drives, and that's there and back, nearly every weekend. And Metro's continued work as a producer was contingent on him keeping his grades up. The plan paid off enough for him to attend Morehouse briefly, but also continue to make hit records. I'm just kind of paraphrasing at this point. Yeah, it's... And I know we could get into a conversation about like domestic violence, but like I said in my other podcast, like I said earlier in this podcast, I don't think I'm the person to talk about that
for sure.
Other than like, it's just terrible. Like,
I think on a real note, we're not professionals, like in any sense to, like you said, to speak and say why somebody would be motivated to do something like this, or
right,
what's going on in their head. I remember when I was in high school, like right next to my high school in the neighborhood right next door, a similar thing had happened where a man had killed his wife, her child. Like the only person that survived out of that family was the one girl that was at school. And it's just like, there are no words. You can't really say or do anything that kind of validates this or rationalizes it. All you can do is, support people's wishes of what they need while they're grieving, and make sure that you keep that level of respect, to where, you don't make weird speculations about what happened behind closed doors or anything like that. You never know what could be going on. So, people have the right to that privacy, and especially this close to somebody passing like that. So, all I can really say is just condolences and wishing the best for both of those families.
Same here. Oh, man. Shit, how do we...
We done went through all these topics, ain't we?
Shit, damn near.
You wanted to talk about Top Gun.
Let's because I don't want this to be too long of a podcast.
Oh yeah, what time is it? Or how long have we been recording?
For like an hour, I think. Like an hour.
Okay.
If this episode is like an hour and a half, I'll be cool with that. Even an hour, I don't want this to be no 2 hour long podcast.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I also wanted to kind of go back to the beginning when we were just talking about the podcast and everything, because I've been like, this is your second time on the pod. So I just like, and there's people here who like know us and know how long we've been riding.
You sound old, bro.
Yeah. Shit, 2016 feels like a fucking long ass time ago.
It does, bro. 6 years ago.
6 years, dog. But nah, it was just like, I think we should just give like a little backstory, just like how, like,
for sure.
Yeah, just give backstory to the friendship, right?
Yeah. You want to start?
Yeah, so I'll give my side. And we can talk about other shit we did too. We're not gonna name no names. We're not gonna name no names.
No names.
No names. Because I will use the beeper in this episode if I need to.
Yeah, it might be necessary for something.
Right. For a couple stories I got in mind. Man, so shit. Yeah, so all right, so I came to Morehouse, right? I knew a few people from LA that were coming out here, but it's not like I was like super super close with them. And I think once I got here, um, um, a lot of people. What I realized was a lot of people already had their friend groups because I didn't know, but everybody had that group me. Everybody was in that fucking group me.
2016 era.
Yeah, that 2016 group me, and I was not in that group me. And then a lot of people that came to Morehouse from LA, they all went to the same school. I was the outlier because I didn't go to the same school as a lot of them. Or they might have grown up together or something. But like we all had mutual friends and whatnot. So I came out to LA and it's like I was kind of just looking for a friend group, and then they announced that Spelman had opened up. So it was like shit, let's go over to Spelman.
It wasn't even like a one or two people decided let's go.
No,
everybody had been meeting up at the gate for like the prior 2 weeks. And that 2 week period was over. Every person at Morehouse was like, y'all going to Spelman today?
Right.
Y'all go to Spelman today?
Right.
We about to go to Spelman after class. What time y'all got?
So this was like a little bit after we moved in. This was after like our parents left and everything. After
Olive Branch too.
This was after a few days after Olive Branch. And so Spelman had finally opened up. And I went over to Spelman. I actually went over to Spelman by myself because I think I'd only been on their campus once, and that was like probably the year before I went to Morehouse. I had actually been on their campus, but I just went over to Spelman. And so when I was over at Spelman, I was walking and by myself, and I saw DeErik and our boy John. And John, no. So let me rewind. So
what was that, Lower Manly?
Yeah, I saw in front of Lower Manly. I saw you guys in front of Lower Manly, and we kind of just like walked towards each other, and I was like, "You guys stay in Graves, right?" And then DeErik was like, "Yeah, bro." He was like, "Yeah, man, come with me, come with us." And that was literally the beginning of Trifecta.
For sure.
Trifecta.
For sure. Before there was a name.
I know, before there was a name.
It was just a thing. And from that day on, we lived in Lower Manly.
Right. Dog, I think and the thing is, I didn't even set up my schedule to have free time after 3, but every fucking day after we were all done with class, because we were all done with class pretty much at the same time.
Yeah.
Every day after we were done with class, hey man, you try to go to Spelman? You try to go to Lower Manly? We would stay in Lower Manly until damn near 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Different excuses every time.
Right.
So like, I want to go to Starbucks.
Right. That was the biggest
I want to get Subway.
That was the biggest excuse. I just want a quiet place to go do homework. Lower Manly. Or Upper Manly. Maybe Upper Manly, because that was even quieter.
Upper Manly was wild quiet. Wild quiet. Even Lower Manly is like kind of weirdly quiet. I used to actually study there like after my 8 a.m.
Yeah.
After my 8 a.m. because like everybody was in class. And you put in them headphones. That was also the era of like people used to do the do-rag days. Bro, I used to
dog. Oh man.
Yeah.
But no, that's my side of the story. And then after that, shit, man.
Homecoming was the first thing that really popped off.
Was it Homecoming?
Yep.
Or was it the kickoff?
Homecoming kickoff.
Oh shit, the kickoff. Are you talking about afterwards at Greymont? Yo, all right, yo. If you went to the AUC, see, this is how. Like, I remember there was a tweet. I think Crop tweeted this once, but he was like, "If she don't know who Dose DS is, she too young." Yeah. Nigga, if you don't know what Greymont is, you too young.
Or where Greymont is.
Or where Greymont. I know we speaking a foreign language to a lot of to a lot of people, but Greymont, look, if you didn't go to Greymont, I don't know if Greymont was built on like a burial ground or something, or what. But just
magical place.
Magical, it's just a spiritual place. Greymont was this 2-story house. You could only be in the kitchen
on the bottom floor.
Yeah, in the bottom floor, in the kitchen, and
They
most of
moved all the furniture
right,
upstairs.
right,
Nothing's in the crib except for one broke light and a fan that used to work until
right.
like until after that night. I feel like
I think there was two windows.
yeah,
I think there was two windows, always dark,
and a
always.
back deck.
Yeah, two windows and a back deck. The kitchen wasn't as crowded, but it would be sometimes. Most of the time, DJ Suede would come and DJ.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah,
dog,
those were
Draymond,
crazy packed. One fireplace on the back wall.
right?
Dog, I know that place too well.
Dog, I'm picturing it in my head. I remember exactly what Grandma looked like.
Yeah,
Um,
because
but
we've been
nah,
there daytime and nighttime. Really?
dude, we lived in Grandma damn near. We Grandma. All right,
That wasn't even the
so
first time things popped off, really.
but nah, so
First 48.
yeah, first 48. All right, so all right, so give your like backstory. So let's start off with giving your backstory of like of shit first, and then we can go on the first 48 and
For sure.
Graymont and oh shit, we got to talk about the remember second semester day before classes started.
You gonna have to start the story off on that one, man.
I will,
It's
I
too
will, I
many.
will.
Because I'm sure as soon as you start talking, I'm gonna be like, but okay, so me and John had met the first day, like on moving, and we had kind of hung out before then, kind of talked and stuff. We would, hang out. By the time Olive Branch was over, I knew I needed to get to Spelman. I don't know if John felt like I don't know if John felt like he needed to get there, but like it was pressing. I had never been, so I was going like regardless. And so I convinced John, I'm like, John, bro, come on, bro, we got to go. All right, bro.
All right, bro. If you knew John, John had this strangely deep but kind of light voice.
Yeah. And so he had on those he had on them fucking softball shades that motherfuckers keep on that. And I'm like, okay.
Them
I'm damn near in half a suit.
right.
Broke down
Right.
sweating. It's hot as hell. So
DeErik
like,
used to dress up every week, every day, damn near.
yeah, that stopped. That stopped quick. By sophomore year, I was in sweats damn near every
Sweats
day.
in the Stan Smiths,
Stetson sweats, bro. I still wear the sweats and stands.
dog.
I'm committed to that fit. I'm in sweats right now. I'll throw on some stands on. But we get over there. It's hot. It's mosquitoes everywhere, like everywhere at Spelman, bro. So we found the closest building that's open because the other buildings that kind of look like either their dorms. Spelman is kind of weird like that. Everything is brick, so like you can't really tell like if it's an academic building or a dorm.
Right.
But like we just see people going in and out of this one area. We're walking. This one dude come up, short dude, look like Anthony Anderson.
Fuck you.
he like, hey, y'all saying grades? Like, yeah, man, but it's hot out here, bro. We got to go inside. So come on, bro. And we sat there and talked, and from that point on, bro, me and Dylan had decided, right or wrong, we were gonna have the time of our lives freshman year.
Nah, for real, dog.
Like the first party that happens, we were gonna be there, bro. It didn't matter. Like I now remember, bro, one of the nerdiest people in the world came up to us one day and was like, "Y'all are going to Georgia Tech today, right?"
Who?
And you know exactly. You're gonna have to bleep out this name. It was.
Oh, yo, wait! I got a story about him. You remember when he was on at Tech, and I think it wasn't.
Yes.
I think it was JID was there because Tech
No,
used
it
to
was
have
Drum.
no. It was
was
JID.
it?
It was JID when
was
I
that?
saw Tech. Drum was first 48.
Yeah, I remember
think.
that. No,
I think no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Drum wasn't first 48. That's what I'm saying. The first 48 was Roscoe Dash.
Yeah. And then we met. Oh, we gonna have to bleep out some more names. We met. I still kind of keep in touch with
Yeah. You gotta bleep all this shit out.
I'm gonna bleep everything out. This beep beep beep. Just a whole episode, whole part. We say
this whole part is just gonna be you talking over the thing. Post editing, we realized they're talking about our past, including too many names, places,
Right.
located.
Too many names. I'm gonna get in trouble. But nah, yeah. But just that. After we met, we were just like, look, we gonna have fun, like,
Yeah.
and we damn near had too much fun our freshman year. I'm not even gonna cap.
Too much fun, too much money spent.
My God, we were spending so much on Ubers, and I looked like a grown ass man at 17. So
Let's not. Beep.
I was in the whole episode.
Yeah, shout out to D&M. We won't say why.
I'm over here incriminating myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going through this episode and bleeping everything out. But nah, so yeah, after that we just decided we were gonna have fun, and we had the first 48. We keep on talking about the first 48. So the first 48 happened over
September 2nd through the 4th, because it was my mom's birthday at the end.
Yeah. What holiday was that?
Memorial Day, usually. No, it's not Memorial Day.
No, Memorial Day is in November, I think.
No, it's something else.
Was it Labor Day?
It was Labor Day.
I think, yeah, Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend, that first weekend of September. And so, like, it's hilarious because, like, school was, nigga, we weren't getting homework.
Yeah, it
we
was
weren't
a good
getting
time.
Tests and quizzes and essays. None of that shit the first, like, 2 weeks of school. And so we had Labor Day weekend. So Labor Day weekend, we call it first 48 because it was just 48 hours of just
debauchery
and just heinousness. I'm just like, it wasn't that bad. But it was just great. So what happened? So on
First
Friday,
off,
Friday,
still started off with he who shall not be named. Y'all going to tech tonight?
yeah. So
and we're like, tech.
We already said his name earlier, so we're just gonna bleep it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he asked us if we were going to Tech tonight, and so we had never been to Georgia Tech. We had been trying to go to AUC parties, but AUC parties, they always gonna be packed in a club, and you got to pay $40 to get in. 20 because of inflation.
If you showed up on time,
right, and 40 if you showed up late. And those prices still remain today as a grown man. And we was in college paying that. So yeah, he asked us if we were going to Tech, and so we said, what do we say? Like, no, but we ended up going to Tech.
because there was nothing popping. We were like, bro, you had happened to go to a certain store, and when you got back, there was nothing popping, but we had all the stuff from the store. So I was like, bro, you might as well go to Tech. He brought it up. So we grabbed, this is the first time we ever did that. We grabbed little sports bottles. You remember? And we'd have pineapple juice. And then the Smirnoff pineapple is what we started off with. We started off with the clear.
We got that?
Before it was Fireball, before it was anything. We used to get Smirnoff in like New Amsterdam.
I'm so glad we've grown as people and as human beings and as men. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so we used to fill up those bottles. Well, that's what we did that first time. We filled up the bottles, went over.
I do remember that. I remember that now. And George, not George. Wasn't it John? Wasn't it John's bottle?
Yeah, John had that one bottle, bro. I never saw that bottle again.
I think I remember y'all trying to clean that bottle out, and it just smelled like all hell.
Oh yeah, and we had got over there and did not know what was going on, because you get to Frat Road to Georgia Tech, it's like a party going on at every building,
right?
So you don't really know how to get into any of them first off, because some of them are like, you need to know the password, or
you need to know a brother.
Yeah, you need to know somebody that's
or you need
in
to
there.
bring a girl with you.
Exactly. So we're like, bro, this is dead. Ain't nothing going on, bro.
Nah, so yeah, and so we found All right, so the one place we saw some black people was at this
Some
frat,
folks from
and
Graves.
yeah, and it was some folks from Grays, and they were in some like backyard of some frat house,
Yeah.
and
A volleyball court.
yeah. Volleyball court was sand and everything, and there was like a deck that went around the volleyball court. So,
Go
so
ahead.
we saw some people, and we hopped like the gate, and like they started the guys the brothers started coming over to us, not the
Yeah.
black people brothers, but like the
The
frat,
white boy.
yeah, the white boys were coming towards us, and but they saw like three more of us jump over the fence, so they stopped.
And then everybody from Graves came up too, and it was just like
Right.
10 of us now, and it's like,
Right. It's like you're not gonna be able to get rid of all of us. So then I was like, all right, let me go get a drink or something. So I go to the bar. There's a big white dude at the bar, and I was over here trying to get a drink, and then he just ignores everything I says. Then he grabbed my goatee, because this is before I had a beard. I just had the goatee and the mustache. Grabbed my goatee and was like, shave this shit off. Just like thing my goatee. So like nigga violated the fuck out of me.
yeah. It wasn't even a drink. You tried to get on the ox because like we're in there and the music is
Oh,
trash.
horrible.
He was like, bro, I gotta get on the ox. Bro, I gotta get on the ox.
Right.
Bro, I gotta get on the ox.
Yeah, and I remember he was like, play that hood shit. Play that hood shit. I want that hood shit. I'm like, I got that hood shit. This is before I became more militant.
Bruh. And as soon as he gets free of this van, bro, me, John are talking to these folks from Graves, bro. All I see is Dylan. But this racist ass motherfucker.
He was a big white boy. He could definitely could have taken me, even drunk.
Yeah.
I
So
wasn't
we
losing
start
that
walking
fight.
out, bro. We leave the spot, bro, and we walk for like the next 20 minutes from Georgia State to wherever, bro. And Dylan is still heated from
Yeah, from that
the beginning.
exchange.
And so this part is gonna have to be bleeped. This part is definitely
Yeah,
gonna
so
have to be bleeped.
so after that, I was like, "Yo, let's go get some." Like,
John's
let's go
like-
get some.
And John is like, what?
What?
And I'm like,
And DeErik, because
Let's do it, bro.
DeErik from Atlanta. Like, let's go.
yeah,
So
it only take about 3 days.
right. So we went to
This gas station really
Yeah, to a
right
gas
by
station.
Northside. You know that BP right there.
yeah. Or was it a GM? I forgot. So we went there, got the three ingredients, and yeah, I know what Future be talking about now. I know what Future that thought it was a drought. Yeah. I know what he be talking about now.
If you didn't bleep out this whole part and you unbleep now, we ended up somehow at a Waffle House. This
Right.
is still the first night. We ended up at this Waffle House and meet this woman bleep. I remember her name, but I'm not going to say it.
I forgot you even met a woman.
Yeah.
There.
And this was by Centennial, the Waffle House over there. And we finished that night and we were like, we are not partying tomorrow. When we wake up, we're not doing shit.
Not happening.
And we woke up the next day in the same motherfucker. Because we woke up about 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day.
Yeah. So yeah, because I remember we had gone and we had gotten back to Graves, and y'all lived on the second floor and I lived on the first floor. So y'all were like, yeah, let's just sleep in the common areas. And so I was like, why the fuck am I sleeping in the common areas when I can just literally go down the hall to my room? But I slept in the common areas with y'all.
First night, yeah.
Yeah, first night I slept in the common areas with y'all. And just that, because that next morning was like the first day of college football, and you got Steve. Steve was DeErik's roommate in Graves. Steve busted in. It's college football day, y'all. It's college football day. First day of college football. Nigga just came in there and left. Woke us up and left. Why?
Now, looking back, I'm glad he did, bro. Because, like, just imagine somebody else had probably walked in on us sleep, like, right there. Just the amount of explanation that would have
Right.
been necessary.
But honestly, knowing the RAs, none of them would have questioned us.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure had probably already seen us. and just went on about his day.
Right.
Shout out to bro.
That's what I'm calling him. Oh, he was cool. He was cool as fuck.
Yeah, we
all the RAs were cool. Him,
yeah,
they were all cool as fuck. Like they're
best RA.
He was he didn't give a fuck.
He wasn't even an RA. He was something else.
He was like the resident tutor or something.
Yeah, resident tutor. He did math.
Yeah.
Freaking, he woke us up. Steve woke us up.
Yeah.
And
I was like, fuck this, I'm going to my room.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, I got to give my mom a cake because her birthday is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So like I went straight from there, took a shower, came back down and went to Roswell or Sandy Springs or something like that, and like got a red velvet bundt cake.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I got back, I run into the same motherfucker. Y'all going to tech tonight? And I'm like,
no. At first we said no. At first we said no.
I was like, no, bro.
Because later that night, I remember we were trying to get, there was a Caribbean party going on MLK, I think. But the line was like crazy.
So bad.
And we were not trying to go. And it was like in the small spot.
Yeah. You're going to have to bleep this part out too.
Yeah.
That was when I got those.
Yeah, I got a too. And then I remember the cops pulled up and I just ashed that shit like a blunt. I threw that shit like a blunt.
We gotta go right now. Where
we gotta go right now.
I remember.
So then we went over to.
We tried to go to McDonald's.
To McDonald's, but we didn't have a car, and the inside was closed. So we tried walking through the drive-through, and I think DeErik and John were the only two people that actually were able to order food and get food. Yeah. By the time they got to me, they were like, "Sir, you gotta have a car." So I didn't get no fucking McDonald's, and I think that's when we saw. He asked us if we were going to tech, and we said no. Then we saw these two girls.
Two girls from University of Kentucky.
Yeah, we saw those two girls. And they're like, y'all going to tech? And we were like, we didn't plan on it. We didn't plan on it, but we were like, yes. Because they was bad. So we end up going to tech. And we go to this one frat. So you can tell which frats got money and which ones don't. The night before, we was at the PWT frat house. But at this one, we were at the slave money frat house because these motherfuckers had land. Yes. These motherfuckers had land.
Like half of frat row was just their parking lot.
Right, and they had like a 3-story frat house in this big ass Their backyard was so big they had a festival stage type shit. Yes. Like a festival stage in their backyard.
Yes, bro.
So we go over to tech.
I don't even know how we got in.
Dude, I think we just walked in.
Yeah, I think we walked in through the back gate. We just happened to see that there was like a back gate, bro. And we were like, there's lights. There's lights. Bad. Yeah.
They weren't pressing us or nothing.
Yeah.
So we go back. So we go back there. And there's like, this is a bunch of people. And they're giving out drinks, just like free drinks, and we're just trying to have a good time. And so we end up meeting up with these girls that went to Spelman. I know we already dropped 2 of their names. I remember the third one.
T.
Remember T.
Yeah.
So
damn.
Bleep it out. So. We met them. They were like, "Oh yeah, we go to Spelman." We were like, "Y'all go to Spelman?" They're like, "Yeah, we sophomores too." So we thought we was hot shit. We was hanging out with sophomores at Spelman.
Litest night of my life.
And there was one more. Damn, I forgot her name, dog.
Yes, bro.
There was 4 of them.
Yeah, 4 in total.
And so I remember. So we was hanging with them. We was having a good time because we probably the only black people back there. So when white people
and it's Roscoe Dash Performance, so
right, like nigga, what are you supposed to do when no hands comes on? Like just stand there and jump? No, you're supposed to go catch some ass, do something.
Yeah.
So we just having fun with them. We dancing with them. All the white people, they seeing us having fun, so they just putting bottles of tequila in the group.
Bottles.
They just bringing bottles to us. We just drinking vodka and just cheap shit. And
in hindsight, bruh, none of this would go in 2022. Like, this was
Hell
like
the
the
fuck
last
no.
era of like that Project X type, like
hell no,
everybody's just trusting everything. Like,
no,
looking back, I'm like, Jesus Christ, we could have died. Like, that could have been a get out moment.
dog. We there was just we we just did some reckless shit.
Yeah, but this is actually the height of the party, bro. We're at the height, and it's like it's fun. All of a sudden, bro, it's like more lights coming off from the side, and Roscoe stops performing, and, and everybody's like, "Yo, what's going on, bro?" Next thing you know, Roscoe is like, "Hey, y'all, it's 12 right outside of here." And I done already been arrested once. So I'm finna go. Alright, y'all.
and leaves
And the party is over. the party,
probably earlier than people wanted.
Man, nobody expected for Roscoe Dash mid-song to just stop performing and say, "I'm going home."
Nah, for real,
nobody expected that.
So
Yeah.
So after that, we were kind of just standing around. We were still talking to
Yeah.
the girls, and then I don't know whose idea this was, but somebody was like, "Yo, let's go get some."
I know whose idea.
It was not my idea. Somebody was like, "Yeah." So then the girls gave us a plug. I think it was them who gave us a
Nah.
plug.
It ended up being, this is all really gonna have to be bleeped. But I ended up getting number.
Oh yeah.
She was
yeah.
like, "We're going to this after party." She was like, "Y'all smoke." When I saw the text, I was like,
right.
so it was the same black dude, the one black dude that was really handing out the bottles. It's like white people already know it's going to be super weird if they just keep getting black people drunk. So the one black dude that was actually giving us the bottles, he was like, I was like, "Bro, please tell me you got a plug." He was like, "Yeah, he don't live over here though. He live out Georgia State."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'll take it." And so we sitting at the curb outside of the party now, drunk. I'm like, "I got this plug number, y'all. We gonna go ahead and do this." And they were like, "We don't have any cash. We don't have anything."
we didn't have shit. We're not prepared for this moment right here.
We get the Uber to drop us off at like a gas station, and then we end up at this place called, which is an apartment complex.
So after he drops us off, we might have walked up. Actually, I don't know.
We
But-
kind of walked like we were by the address, but we didn't know where we were going.
Yeah. So we walk and we go into the parking deck. Go into the parking garage and we text the dude. We're like, "Yeah, we're just trying to cop. We're just trying to get some yada yada yada." So we wait there for like probably 10 minutes. Open this door. And I'm like, "Shit, is that 21 Savage?" Like,
This was at the height of Savage Mode 1.
right,
as well,
right. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck is 21 Savage doing?"
Tatted and all, bro. Like, you would think that was really 20.
Nigga looked just like 21 Savage.
Goatee and all, bro. Like, it was like, wow. It was like,
All he needed was a little knife tattoo in the middle of in between his eyebrows. He really could, like, you know how you got fake Drake and fake Dirk now? You had fake 21 back then.
for real, bro. And like, I don't know, bro, why I thought this. This was definitely that clear talking. Because, like, we had bought whatever we had bought. But I gave the man a $20 tip.
You did.
He was like, "You for real?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that's for you, bro. Bet, bro. I got you."
Didn't you tell him he looked like 21 Savage?
The next time I saw him, I was like, "Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got your number saved as 21, bro." No.
Dude, I had his number. Is like just the knife. Just the knife emoji.
That's funny as hell, bro. But like, we had ended up getting the stuff, and now I'm texting the shawty like, hey, where's the where's the kickback at?
Right.
She did not reply. So we're just sitting here with the stuff. We're in the middle of Atlanta.
Right.
And we're just sitting there. It's like 12 o'clock in the morning. We're like, what are we doing?
No, it was later than that.
Yeah,
So,
damn near.
probably about
I'm like,
1:30 maybe.
Not yet, because I had to do this one thing first. I was like, bro, we can't go back to campus with this. Like we,
even though in hindsight we really could have. In hindsight, we could have.
Yeah,
but
bro, like,
I mean, like at that point, we were like we are new to this shit. Like in all honesty, nigga, we are all square. We are all square. We ain't never did nothing.
For sure.
Shit.
For sure. And I'm like, bro, we cannot go back with this. So we go swimming right now. Like right now. I do the worst job. We all looking at each other like, cause now we're walking, bruh. We got them in our hands, bruh. We got 3 lighters. Amateur night at the fucking Apollo.
Dog, look, we've grown so much.
So we like, all right, bruh, same time. Me. Fucking die immediately. John. Look at bed.
Wait, didn't Sean finish half of it in one? He finished half of it in one pull.
Meanwhile, dude, it's like, I'm right now. Bro, I sat there. I said, oh, it's going to be one of them nights. For the next 2 hours, we just walked around Atlanta.
We didn't realize how dangerous this actually was. Just walking around downtown Atlanta at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm like, Waffle House is closed.
It's that late. Like you've never seen. I've never seen fucking Waffle House closed. It's that late.
We were walking around, bro. I remember just blinking, and we were in front of Georgia State again, like right at that big ass Coca-Cola sign.
Yeah.
In the Walgreens, I'm like, oh no, like.
No, we was
and then
out.
It really hit me, and I'm like, it's my mom's birthday today.
Right. We got to wake up in like 4 hours and go out to damn, I forgot where you were.
I'm glad because
I wasn't gonna say it, but man. Oh, and y'all want to know the backdrop to all that? Me and DeErik were running for class president and vice president. So not only do we have a whole campaign we gotta do, we over here just having too much fun.
Too much, bro.
Too much fun.
Weird time. But ever since then, bro, it's just been a ride or die situation.
Nah, for real though. Like, oh man,
right.
you wanna talk about the story with
Don't even get me started on that
situation.
I ended up seeing her on somebody's story.
Really?
The other day. I was like, yeah, I get it.
So basically, John and DeErik, y'all niggas used to fight all the time. And it would be over the stupid shit. Like I remember y'all niggas got into an argument about Interstellar. And I'm like, yo, neither one of y'all are physics like niggas. Like neither one of y'all are Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Sociology major and an Africana studies major talk about
Jesus.
Talk about the stars and interplanetary travel.
and black holes and galaxies and shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, none of these niggas are qualified. And at the time I was a finance major, I didn't give a fuck about what they were talking about. But nah, so John didn't like
he did, but like
he did
in
but
the same way that everybody does.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
she was just a pretty girl.
She's attractive.
She was like a very attractive girl.
Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting.
So so we were in Lower Manly. And this was like the day before classes started for the second semester.
Yeah.
So we're in Lower Manly.
Yeah, so John had come back with this whole new mindset. That's really what we had argued about. He was like, yeah, it's a new semester, new me. Like, I'm gonna be on my shit.
It was a new John. It was a new John.
From that day on, he actually did. He
I think
up.
John's still in his second semester mode.
But like the first joint that he really had a crush on was like, and I'm like, all right, bro, you brand new, you all this, you all that, bro. Tell what's up.
I know, but like, come on, just do it, nigga.
And like,
but John didn't want to do it. That's the thing.
Yeah. So I was like, this was actually earlier in the day. So I was like, bro, we'll come back later, bro, because you tripping right now.
Yeah.
And we ended up, once again, got to be bleeped out. Me and you ended up running into.
No. There's more story to that. So we were downstairs, right? And so we saw, and so we were like, hey,
happened just like that.
Yeah, we were like, come here, and so it's the three of us, and so DeErik told, he was like, you have a secret admirer. Nigga, I jumped up and laughed and walked away and did not come back until she was gone. But I kind of made it seem like I was the person who liked her. When I didn't really like I mean, I thought she was attractive, but I was
right,
like,
in the same sense that everybody
right
does.
In the same sense that everybody thought she was attractive, but I wasn't like, yo, I'm in love with this woman. Like, no. So DeErik says that, and apparently, from what I hear, DeErik might say something different. I'm not sure, but apparently he went ahead and said that it was him because John was just like nigga, he
John was about to go to cardiac arrest.
Yeah, John was like red in the face.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's me. I'm the admirer. I said it just like that.
What did she say? I never asked. What did she say?
This is gonna have to be bleeped out so bad. She was like, I really appreciate that, and I think you're really cool. It's just that
oh God.
And I'm like, at that point I'm kind of like curious. I'm like, but she started.
Oh God. Oh God.
I'm like, wait, so I could have had a chance?
Shoot, that's
really what I was thinking at the back of my head. I'm like, who?
So after that, right? So I come back, and then John is so pissed off at us that he's kind of just
didn't even say anything.
He didn't even say anything, and he just left. He didn't even say anything to her. So then me and DeErik, we went back over to Morehouse, and we went to the cafe. And I was like, yo, you know, you could have just said it was me. And then DeErik was like, how about we tell it was you? And then I was like, yo, in order to do that, I'm gonna need a little courage. So we had walked to the front. We had walked, and we were about to go catch an Uber to go get some courage. So some little brown, some courage. Brown, some courage. So we so while we're there, a car pulls up, and it was, and I'm bleeping his name out. It was he was of Morehouse at that time. And so he pulls up. He was like, "Hey, where y'all headed?" Then we were like, "We just headed to go."
Yeah, we just going out.
We just going out. Then he was like, "Y'all going to D&M, huh?" And we were like, "Yeah, we going to D&M." He was like, "All right, jump in the car. I'm gonna take y'all." Takes us to D&M. Then he's like,
what y'all need?
He's like, what do y'all need? We get to D&M. He's like, what do y'all need? And we were like, how are you gonna get it? He's like, I'm 21, y'all. And we're like, oh, okay. So give him money. We're like, just get us a bottle of Fireball. That's all, because Fireball became our shit. Fireball. If you ever need
with a ginger ale.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
If you ever need to get fucked up fast, just get a Fireball. Um,
Jeez.
Came back, gave us a Fireball. We went into the parking deck at Morehouse. Drank about half the bottle. I drank about half the bottle actually. And it wasn't even. It was like a little personal bottle. It wasn't like anything
Like a
big.
pint.
Yeah. So it's not like I drank half a fifth of Fireball. That would have been wild. So then I go back up to Spelman. I'm drunk as hell. And so then I stand out in front of, because I think she stayed in
HH.
Yeah, she stayed in HH. She stayed at HH. So went in HH. Girl came out. I was like, hey, just stays in here, right? This is why I should be actor. I was like, hey, just stays in here, right? She was like, yeah. And I'm like, do you know where she is? And I'm like, she's like, no, I don't know. I don't think she's coming out yet. So then, just out of luck, she just happened to be the second person to come out. Then I was like, right, your name is, you're right. And she's like, hey, and I'm like, I don't think you know me. I'm like DeErik and John's friend. And then I was like, she was like, yeah, I know you. Fucking gorgeous smile and everything. just I'm too drunk for this. I'm like, I'm pretty sure she can smell the alcohol in my breath right now. But
It's in your back pocket. You hold it like Christ with a shooter, bro.
right. Literally it's in my waist. It's in my waist. So I'm like, yeah. So I know earlier today we were, I was at the table, and I know you saw me laugh and jump up when DeErik said, you have a secret admirer, and I was like, I just want you to let you know it's not him, it's me. And then she was like, oh, that's so sweet, yada yada yada. Fucking words. I don't know how I felt, because I was like, damn, like even if she had said like, oh, even if she had said something different,
Yeah.
then oh that's sweet. But I got that over with. And then I think DeErik had gone to Spelman, and then they had crossed paths, and she just looked at that nigga crazy.
Slick, bruh, slick. I remember, because I was like, yeah, hand me the rest of that shit, bro. I'm not even in the mood, bro.
So then oh no, go ahead.
In hindsight, bro, I probably was looking crazy. Like, I probably was looking crazy as fuck, and she probably was like, "What is he looking like?" And
Right,
I'm like,
because basically she had been told everybody in the group was her secret admirer, when she didn't really even know it was, when she didn't know who exactly it was. So so after that we leave, me and DeErik, we go to Chick-fil-A drunk. Chick-fil-A on campus drunk. We actually go back to my room, right? We just drunk.
Hell
We
yeah.
fucking falling all over the place. We got class in the morning. And I think class together, we had first thing in the morning. Jesus Christ.
that's all.
Oh man. We did some stupid shit.
Every time, bro. Every time I sit and think back, I'm like, thank God I lived to see the other fucking side.
Nah, for real, bro.
'Cause Jesus Christ. Some of this stuff is just stupid. Looking back, like, who even does that? Like, who even does that, bro? Till this day, this is gonna have to be bleeped out too, bro. It's just one of them days.
Mm-hmm.
Till this day, bro, I still swear somebody has that drink, bro. Like, somebody found that the next year and was like, I feel like Austin found it, because Austin got my room.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like he got that drink.
Shout out to Austin. He just he just graduated in May.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to young Stino.
Young Stino, the young bull, little
Yeah.
bro.
Nah, for real. That's so crazy.
It like, it's crazy now when I see kids. They're like, yeah, I'm class of 2026. I'm like, God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Nigga, by the time you graduate, I would have gone to college 10 years ago.
We're old.
Shit, I feel old. Shit. But what time are we at?
Yeah, we're probably at time, bro. I was about to say, right? We just talked for a good 30.
I know
There's a lot of stories, though, bro. It's hard to fit all that in one thing. Yeah,
Right.
oh, yeah. We're about at the 2+ hour.
God.
Well, at least for as long as I've been recording.
Yeah, and I don't Yeah, you were recording a little bit longer, but shit.
I
You haven't
think
seen it.
I
You
can't
haven't.
count.
You haven't seen any movies lately, have you?
No, I have not, bruh. I
Oh,
think what I'm gonna do is we'll watch a bunch of movies, bruh. Next time I come on, we'll do a movie review day, bruh. Step away from the music.
for
Just talk
sure.
about whatever's going on, bruh. Because the last thing we saw was Doctor Strange, and we already said that wasn't even
Yeah,
like review worthy.
I was. Yeah, I was gonna talk about Top Gun, because I did
I
see it
really want
last
to
night.
watch it,
You say you
honestly.
do?
Yeah, because I think
You
the
do?
cinematography is gonna be decent.
Honestly, it was a fun movie. Don't get me wrong, it was a fun movie. Um, Tom Cruise is white Denzel.
Yes,
White
for sure.
people, he white people love Tom Cruise,
Oh, so
and
you
I
thought you
don't.
were tough, huh?
What?
Oh, so you thought you were tough. I'm just gonna add that. Fucking Tom Cruise get into that mode.
That's exactly how he be talking. But it's funny. I don't even think I think it's Tom Cruise, but I also think it's Top Gun because I mean, like Top Gun, it's everything. It's everything white people like. The
It's
military,
campy.
Tom Cruise. It has fucking corny '80s music,
Yeah,
and it has like cheesy lines, and it's
like
like it. Don't get me wrong. It was an entertaining movie, and
I
like
saw the whole push-up montage. They did a sneak preview of that whole moment of the. Well, if you're gonna bet 200 push-ups on it.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Roger. How about we go ahead and get started?
Roger, Roger.
You ready, T? Ugly.
But now, when I saw the movie though, I saw it last night with my dad and my little brother, and we were the only black people in theater. Like, I was not expecting that. Theater was packed. That's the most I've seen. That's the most people I've seen in theater
He said
in a
that was
long
white
since
Black
like
Panther.
since like it was like dog. This movie is white Black Panther. Like the same way niggas came out to see Black Panther was the same way. Dog, they were like
You
I
remember the
saw
last Top Gun though, right?
that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, literally, bro. People waited a lifetime to see to see this movie. Like
Dog.
the Atari was a system. You played Top Gun on the
Yeah.
Atari and on
Yeah.
and in arcades. Of course, people gonna pull up for that.
Shit, man. They was taking pictures in front of the poster. They was over here wearing fucking leather jackets and bomber jackets and veteran hats. I'm like, God damn, nigga, like
Every so often, people like to forget that Tom Cruise is a Scientologist.
Right.
And it's movies like Top Gun that like people get to just believe the illusion that like Tom Cruise is just the average American. Like that he's not super weird and just doing this whole I don't believe in anything. Like he's actually pretty crazy, but like sometimes when he's on these movies, like when you see a Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
well, Mission Impossible is kind of like in that Fast and Furious lane right now. Like,
It's
what new can you do?
It's a lot better than Fast and Furious.
It's better, but if I
They-
want to
oh,
watch
they-
a spy
they-
movie, I'm watching 007.
You know what? It's funny because I never thought I would like Mission Impossible more than 007, especially after like Casino Royale. Casino Royale was great.
See,
Casino
because I like the
Royale.
last trilogy better than I do the first Daniel Craig trilogy.
How many movies were there? 6?
Damn near. Casino Royale. I'm going to look up Daniel Craig. 007.
Yeah, because there was Casino Royale. Then there was Die Another Day was the last one was the last one with Pierce Bronson. Then there was Casino Royale. Then there was, not Spectre. It was fuck. I forgot the name of the one that
Okay.
came after that.
All right, let's go. Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace,
That's right.
Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. That's 5 movies.
That's 5.
One short. But Quantum of Solace and it's so bad.
You didn't like it?
Overall, just like when you ever set up a character to like die like that, it's hard to like really bounce back easy.
Okay. I didn't think Quantum of Solace was bad. I didn't think it was a good follow up to Casino Royale at all.
For sure.
Casino Royale was great. And Skyfall was good too. Skyfall was good.
Skyfall was great.
And then
Resurrection. Hey, Daniel Craig went hard. Like, what's your specialty? Resurrection. That's a hard line to get off. Like
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I might have to just refresh
I
my
might pull
memory
that
on
joint
it.
up again because there's just that first scene, that train scene where
Mm-hmm.
he's doing all that crazy stuff, and then he takes a crane and tears apart half the train,
Mm-hmm.
jumps off the crane, and then straightens out the suit. That's 007 as fuck. That's hard. Like that's hard, bro.
So then after that, there was what, Spectre, which I thought was all right, and then
I
No
like
Time
Spectre.
with Spectre definitely went like a little bit more campy with it.
See, but I liked the villain of Spectre. I think he's just a good actor. And no matter what role he's in, whether he's like in something like a Django Unchained or an Inglourious Bastards or Spectre, he just does well. Like he captivates.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Am I getting my movies mixed up?
No, he was in Spectre. That was Spectre.
Yeah, that was Spectre.
Yeah.
And he did really good.
Yeah. No, I definitely like Christoph Waltz. Is like he's a phenomenal actor. But I think just it's not in my favorite James Bond movie. It's not in my favorite, but I don't know. And then after that, No Time to Die. I didn't really care for No Time to Die, honestly.
Yeah, I fell asleep and woke up when James Bond died.
Spoiler alert, yo, James Bond dies in that one. Like he gets burnt. He gets burnt to a crisp in that one.
Yeah, I mean, well, even though like it's called No Time to Die, everybody knows that like contractually this was Daniel Craig's last 007
Yeah.
movie. So it's like,
He's been trying to get out his contract for the last 2 movies, but they just keep throwing more
Yeah.
money at him.
and Idris Elba is just kind of like, I'll take Knuckles until.
Do you really think? Do you think he could be the next James Bond?
No, I don't think they're going to even use the name James Bond until about 2030 when they start all over again with Doctor No and just go from the beginning. Because like I'm looking at all these movies, bro. There's quite a lot of movies, bro.
There's a lot
1,
of.
3,
They've been making
5,
James
7,
Bond movies since what, the 60s? And Daniel Craig was like a reboot almost because Casino Royale.
Daniel
was the
Craig
first.
is definitely a reboot.
Yeah, he's because Casino Royale is the first book in the series, in the James Bond series.
There are 23 movies, and only 5 of them are Daniel Craig's. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's room for like 18 reboots.
But no, they did show the Mission Impossible trailer, the new Mission Impossible trailer, and it's a 2-part. They doing the Avengers on us. It's a 2-part. Which this is gonna be a good fucking movie.
Oh man, I already
It's
know
gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
To me, Daniel Craig deserved a 2-parter.
I think they really could have done some good shit with the 2-part a James Bond movie.
A 2-part James Bond where you see James Bond really lose would have been hard. Would have been just one of them joints where you were like, yes, sir.
Low key, Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace was a 2-parter.
People treat it that way, yeah.
It was kind of a 2-parter because it started literally right where Casino Royale ended. But nah, yeah, it you could consider, but it didn't kind of really feel like it.
Yeah, I mean like the traditional like
if they called it
bruh.
Casino Royale Part 1, Casino Royale Part 2.
Even if they just did like No Time first part to Die, would have been a hard way to like separate those movies. Like it would have been like, whew.
Oh man, but yeah, I think next week because I'm gonna go see Jurassic Park next week. I'm so ready for that fucking series to be over with.
Oh, I thought you were about to say just ready for it overall. I was about to say there's nothing I'm ready for it with.
I'm not. I'm ready for it to end because after the last one, where the little girl was like, "Oh my god, these dinosaurs deserve to live," and then let them all
out in the wild, and
my
what's
face
his name,
in that fucking theater, I almost threw my popcorn at the fucking screen.
What is that name?
Who?
Jeff Goldblum. Well,
Yeah.
they're out now, so let's just deal with it.
And now they brought back Sam Neill and all the cast from for the original one. It's just I'm just ready for this shit to be Universal. Universal is like the Atlantic of music. Not music of movies. They just be milking the hell out of everything.
Universal is universal. They do the same thing with their artists.
Like,
There's certain artists that Universal is probably still dropping right now, and like their careers have been over. Like they just keep doing remix albums. Like, that's Universal for you, bro. They're gonna milk that thing until it literally makes no money.
Have you been watching Obi-Wan?
Hell no.
You don't be watching the Star Wars? The Star Wars
I
show?
only watched The Mandalorian because that's the only like original piece of information that like is coming to the series. And like I get that they're adding new things in these individual shows. Like you'll see things in Boba Fett that are important to the overall.
All right, so we had a second technical difficulty. We gonna wrap it up soon.
I'm sure some of this is probably. Yeah, I was about to say some of this is probably just gonna get wrapped, honestly.
Right.
Because we just talking at this point.
But nah, I think the last thing I said was, have you been watching Obi-Wan? And you said
yeah,
no.
and I was saying like, yeah, I get that they're like, there's a lot of noise right now. I'm trying to like let it kind of calm down.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's not gonna calm down. Okay, so. I get that there are things that are being added to the whole overall mythos, bro, or like whatever we believe to be like this happened in the actual Star Wars story. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that joint just feels like Obi-Wan's story is done with, bro. That man died. That man died by the fucking 70s. Really?
Who the actor?
Obi-Wan, just overall as a character, like when the first 3 movies were done. So is Obi-Wan. He's gone.
Obi-Wan died in the first in episode 4 in the first Star Wars, like
exactly.
And then they came back. They double back, circled the block, and did the first 3.
Exactly. Like every time that Obi-Wan is brought up, they're circling the block, and there's only so much room that you can fill in for Obi-Wan because he's dead.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, he's been established dead from the get-go. So like you only have so many years, bro. They keep trying to like put too much into the small amount of time that they have for him, bro. And then I saw like there's a new trailer for the new Star Wars game that's coming out. I don't know if you ever played that last one with the white guy who looked like he played the Joker in one of the movies. You know what I'm talking about?
No. The last Star Wars game I played was Force Unleashed 2.
I'm talking about Fallen Order, Star Wars Fallen Order.
I didn't
just got a sequel announced, but in the sequel, they keep making references to stuff that's going on in the new shows. So it's like this window of like what room they actually have to make a full season or like actually make an idea realistically happens in like the span of 2 months. Like if you were looking at like an actual timeline. It's like, how much of this realistically could have happened in this short ass amount of time before you got into that big ass fight? Or, you know, I think about that kind of stuff. So it makes it hard for me to watch shows like Obi-Wan.
Nah, I never, cause like outside of the movies, I never like watched like Clone Wars and read the comics, but they did all this stuff to kind of establish. And this was before Lucasfilm was even bought out by Disney. They were doing this stuff before they were going to have another trilogy, and before they were even going to make all these all these spin-off shows. So it's kind of like they're trying to do like the Marvel thing with it now, but it's hard because the first 6 movies happened before y'all bought it and have established
like 40, 50 years of like actual time like within these movies, like
right.
Lifetimes have happened. You've seen a whole generation pass, and now they want to either add a generation with this new trilogy or push stuff in this original like generation of time that they have, and it's not always working.
So
Mark Hamill can't always be Luke Skywalker, even if you CGI him that hard. Like eventually he's going to say no.
They just gonna keep throwing more money at him probably.
I hope not. I pray to God not.
Nah, but no, Obi-Wan it's good. I'm really just watching it because I want to see Darth Vader. So, oh man, I think that's it, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, and that too. Like, spoilers for yeah. We'll talk about this off the camera. We'll talk about it off the camera.
All right,
I would say
sure.
that. But yeah, my boy, I'm about to go and eat some dinner. Apparently, that's what all that noise is about.
It's all good. I gotta get to the studio in like a couple hours. So, but
yeah, bro, get yourself a nap in or something.
I'm gonna go take a shower, brush my teeth. I need to call my manager back.
Tell your manager I said what's up.
I will also star. But nah, look, it was great having you on the show again. I know this is more relaxed, kind of all over the place episode. The people gonna enjoy it though. It was a good episode though. People gonna enjoy it.
What is a bad episode, bro?
I know.
I'm gonna get these words out regardless.
Right, like the chemistry was still there. We gave some stories.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't as much. It was an easier listening episode than last time.
For sure. I feel like a lot more focused too.
Same. Yeah. But nah, it's always good having you on.
Always.
Thanks for coming on. Such a short notice too.
Hey, bro, you can let me know. 48. All I need is 48 hours.
For sure.
So
for
I
sure.
don't fall asleep during the time. That's it.
For sure. Then. All right. My name is Dylan Kemp. This is the No Corner Section. Not No Corner Section. God damn, that's the label. This is the Corner Section podcast. Logging off.